This movie obviously based on a book from the New York Times bestseller list. What inspired you the most about this, really unique and such a sweet, touching love story?
I think you said it. It is unique and it is sweet and touching, and I think that it's very rare for so many women of color to be in one movie talking to each other, not talking about their color or what they're coming from or their angst, to be able to be the mother to a child in a movie where there's whimsy, where there's lightness, where there is a fantasy element even to the reality, and then directed by a woman, based on a book written by a woman, both of whom happen to be Black women. I mean, it's a really strong platform, I think, that we're able to stand on and be a part of in this.
I like that it was also about 4 characters. The movie is just so about, it's only about characters, intimate and
very personal.
Very personal. You don't find that a lot anymore. That I was like, really? I read the script and I was like, oh yeah, probably I'm just gonna be in page 1. I'm like, oh, our characters are important to Maddie's world, and that's it. It's difficult to find something like that.
That's simple, but also profound.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the young lady starring in this movie, Amanda Stenberg. I mean, brings so much to the table.
Yes.
What impressed you the most, and describe what her skills are as she, kind of just let everything out on this.
Amanda's very special. Amanda's an open vessel. Amanda's extraordinarily smart. She's at once young and new and fresh, but also sort of ancient on the inside at the same time. And I think that that is the blessing of what you see and what you're drawn to on screen, because she has this fresh, new face, but also something about her that says, I've been here before, rolled up in one thing, which is really special. I love her. I just, and did immediately. Like, I was like,
just like that.
That.
There's something authentic and just genuine.
Yes.
I wanted to hang out with her more. She's too cool. Like, I was just trying to, I want to become your friend. You sometimes feel about, these young kids, Amanda and Nick, too, they're, millennials, or, they're probably going to be, just superficial or whatever. They're the opposite. They're the coolest. She was reading all the time. She was drawing every day. She was doing her stories. I was like...
She's like a Renaissance artist, really.
I know. I was like, really?
It's the tip of the iceberg that we're looking at.
She's just getting warmed up.
Yeah, I was like, you're, beautiful, but you're cool, but you're smart, but you're... What? And you're a great actress. And,
so pretty much that's rude.
Yeah, that's rude.
Thank you very little. How dare you? I can ask you one personal question about your career. Now everything has gone, you've really had a success across all genres. You've been in theater. I mean, won a Tony Award on Broadway. You've been in big movies. You were the first Black princess for Disney. When you started in this game, maybe, 2 decades ago, is this how you first envisioned this, and this how you storyboarded it in your mind, touching all bases?
I always wanted to do everything. I did. I didn't know that I was going to be able to do everything, but I trained myself intensely in the theater, and I felt like, I'm going to train myself as much as possible, and if it doesn't work out, it won't be because I didn't put everything into it to be able to be the best that I personally could be. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of training, it's a lot of blessings and a little luck at the same time. And, and I'm not finished. So, to me, there's so many things I haven't been able to do. I'd love to do a romantic comedy. I'd love to do a plain old comedy. I'd love to do an action movie and fly to the air and, kick something and someone. I want to direct. I just bought the rights to some books, so I'm going to be producing. I feel like there are so many elements of this business that sometimes we don't think of when we're in front of the camera, sometimes because we don't and we're completely satisfied where we are or on stage or whatever, but sometimes because we are, I think, directed to, not by the director, but by the business, to stay in a lane. I have no desire to stay in a lane. So I'm trying to experience as much as I can and to be able to open up as many roads, not only for myself, but for the people around me, as I possibly can.